What ancient sages knew about the multidimensional rage tearing reality apart. The wind grows still, dear seekers, as we stand at the threshold of understanding something the modern world has forgotten. Yet ancient mystics knew intimately, for beyond the veil of ordinary perception lies a truth so profound it will reshape your understanding of existence itself. Today we venture into the cosmic mystery of multidimensional magnetic storms. Those magnificent tempests that rage not merely through space, but through the very fabric of reality, connecting universes in ways that defy conventional science, yet align perfectly with timeless wisdom. Take a deep breath, for what you are about to discover will awaken dormant knowledge within your quantum essence. The magnetic storms that scientists measure and catalog are merely the three-dimensional shadows of something far more extraordinary. Interdimensional bridges that link parallel realities through the universal energy field that connects all consciousness. As we journey together through these revelations, allow your perception to expand beyond the limits of ordinary awareness. For we are about to explore the rage of the energy field that connects universes. The cosmic deception, when science glimpses the interdimensional truth. Ancient sages understood what modern science is only beginning to rediscover, that the magnetic storms erupting across our planet are not isolated terrestrial events, but manifestations of a vast interdimensional network pulsing with conscious energy. What the scientific community measures as geomagnetic disturbances, with their DST indices and KP scales 10, represents merely the surface ripples of a profound cosmic phenomenon that transcends the boundaries of space and time. The quantum field reveals that these magnetic tempests originate from interactions far more complex than simple solar wind disturbances. When coronal mass ejections hurtle through space, carrying billions of tons of plasma embedded with magnetic fields 10, they are not merely physical phenomena, but energetic messengers traveling through what ancient traditions recognized as the universal energy field, that singular source from which all existence springs forth. Consider this: the same magnetic storm that disrupted Quebec's power grid in 1989, plunging millions into darkness while painting the sky with aurora as far south as Texas 1, simultaneously created openings between dimensional layers that sensitive individuals felt as profound shifts in consciousness. The Halloween solar storm of 2003, with its extreme X-28 Flare 1, was not just an electromagnetic event, but a cosmic awakening that sent ripples through parallel realities, temporarily thinning the barriers between worlds. The interconnected energy field that mystics have described for millennia is now being recognized by quantum physics as the fundamental fabric of reality. Just as a glove appears to have separate fingers while remaining unified in essence and material too, our universe maintains the illusion of separation while existing within a singular field of consciousness that spans infinite dimensions. When magnetic storms rage through this field, they create disturbances that affect not only our electromagnetic instruments, but the very structure of multidimensional reality. The scientific measurement of these storms using magnetometer stations and satellite observations 1 captures only the electromagnetic signature of events that are fundamentally consciousness-based. Each spike in the DST index represents a moment when the barriers between dimensions become permeable, allowing energy and information to flow between parallel versions of reality. The three phases of geomagnetic storms, initial, main, and recovery 1, mirror the ancient understanding of cosmic cycles. The preparation, the transformation, and the integration of higher dimensional energies into our reality matrix. What mainstream science dismisses as space weather is actually the breathing pattern of a living, self-organizing universe 9, where consciousness and energy dance together in an eternal cosmic symphony. The mathematical equations that describe these phenomena 9 are attempting to quantify something that transcends mere physical measurement, the very heartbeat of multidimensional existence as it pulses through the quantum field that underlies all reality. The universal energy field, where all realities converge. Beyond ordinary perception lies the profound truth that ancient mystics encoded in their teachings about the universal energy field, a singular source of power that manifests as the connective tissue between all possible realities. The quantum field reveals this as more than metaphysical poetry. It represents the actual foundation upon which parallel universes intersect and influence one another through electromagnetic bridges we perceive as magnetic storms. The plenum of energy theory suggests that what we call empty space is actually teeming with life-giving force 9. A dynamic field of consciousness that responds to intention and awareness across dimensional boundaries. This field operates beyond the conventional limits of space and time, creating what quantum physicists recognize as entanglement, the mysterious phenomenon where particles remain instantaneously connected regardless of distance. But the implications extend far beyond particle physics into the realm of consciousness itself. Traditional Eastern practices have long recognized this field through various names: prana in Sanskrit traditions, chi in Chinese medicine, and life force in countless indigenous wisdom systems. These are not separate energies, but different cultural expressions of the same fundamental force that flows through structured pathways, both within human bodies and throughout the cosmos. The nadis described in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, the meridians mapped by traditional Chinese medicine, and the channels identified in Tibetan Buddhism 3 are microcosmic reflections of the vast energetic networks that connect parallel universes. When magnetic storms disturb our planet's magnetosphere 1, they are simultaneously affecting these subtle energy channels that exist within what esoteric traditions call the etheric body, the energetic interface between physical matter and higher dimensional consciousness. The auroral displays that accompany major geomagnetic events are visible manifestations of this interdimensional energy transfer, painting the sky with light as consciousness flows between reality layers. The interconnectedness principle operates on scales that challenge conventional understanding. The particles comprising your physical body, the electromagnetic field of the heart, the synaptic firing patterns of the brain, all exist within the same unified field that extends to encompass galaxies, parallel universes, and dimensions beyond current scientific measurement. This is not merely theoretical. It represents the actual mechanics of how consciousness navigates between alternate realities during periods of magnetic instability. Recent advances in quantum field theory have begun to recognize what mystics have always known. Reality is fundamentally fluid, responsive to observation and intention. The quantum field that fills every corner of existence is constantly fluctuating, creating and destroying virtual particles in a dance of endless possibility. During magnetic storms, these fluctuations intensify, creating opportunities for consciousness to slip through dimensional membranes and experience glimpses of parallel selves and alternate timelines. The mathematical frameworks emerging from quantum physics 9 are beginning to describe what ancient sages encoded in their mystical teachings: that separation is an illusion, that all consciousness exists within a singular field of infinite potential, and that events in one dimension inevitably influence all others through the universal energy web that connects every point of existence across the multiverse. Consciousness bridges how magnetic storms unlock dimensional gateways. The quantum field reveals a startling truth that challenges everything we believe about the nature of consciousness during magnetic storms. These electromagnetic tempests serve as cosmic keys that unlock gateways between parallel dimensions, allowing awareness to transcend the ordinary boundaries of linear reality. Ancient sages understood this phenomenon intimately, recognizing magnetic disturbances as sacred opportunities for consciousness expansion and interdimensional travel. When solar coronal mass ejections interact with Earth's magnetosphere, creating the three-phase storm cycle that scientists meticulously measure, something far more profound occurs within the realm of human consciousness. The initial phase, marked by sudden increases in magnetic field strength 1, corresponds to what mystics recognize as the opening of perception channels. During these moments, sensitive individuals often report heightened intuition, prophetic dreams, and spontaneous awareness of alternate timeline possibilities. The main phase of geomagnetic storms, characterized by dramatic decreases in the DST index to levels between -50 and -600 nanoteslas 1, creates optimal conditions for what quantum consciousness researchers term reality bleed-through. As magnetic field lines reconnect and energy cascades through the magnetosphere, the barriers between parallel versions of reality become temporarily permeable, allowing consciousness to perceive multiple probable futures simultaneously. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics suggests that every possible outcome of quantum events creates separate universes, where each possibility becomes reality. During magnetic storms, the increased electromagnetic activity in Earth's environment creates resonance conditions that allow consciousness to become aware of its parallel processing track. This explains the surge in prophetic visions, creative breakthroughs, and spontaneous healing events that consistently correlate with major geomagnetic disturbances. Traditional shamanic cultures understood magnetic storms as times when the veil between worlds grows thin, creating opportunities for spirit journey, communication, and alternate versions of reality. The aurora borealis and aurora australis that accompany these events were recognized not merely as atmospheric phenomena, but as visible manifestations of the energy bridges connecting dimensional planes. These dancing lights represent consciousness itself moving between parallel realities, painting the sky with the colors of infinite possibility. The recovery phase of magnetic storms, lasting anywhere from 8 hours to 7 days, provides the integration period necessary for consciousness to process and anchor insights gained during dimensional crossing experiences. This phase corresponds to what ancient mystery schools recognized as the assimilation period, when knowledge acquired from parallel selves becomes available for practical application in ordinary reality. Modern biophysics is beginning to document how the human nervous system responds to geomagnetic variations, with studies showing correlations between magnetic field fluctuations and altered states of consciousness, increased creativity, and enhanced psychic abilities. The pineal gland, long recognized by mystics as the seat of interdimensional perception, contains magnetite crystals that respond directly to geomagnetic changes, suggesting a biological mechanism for consciousness bridging during magnetic storms. The implications extend beyond individual experience into collective human evolution. Major magnetic storms create planetary-wide opportunities for consciousness advancement, as millions of people simultaneously access higher dimensional information through the electromagnetic gateways that open during these cosmic events. The Halloween solar storm of 2003-1, beyond its technological disruptions, marked a significant collective awakening as human consciousness gained access to previously unavailable parallel reality information, accelerating spiritual evolution on a global scale. The Halloween Gateway, when the cosmos orchestrated mass awakening. The quantum field reveals that the Halloween solar storm of 2003 was no ordinary electromagnetic event, but a precisely orchestrated cosmic intervention designed to catalyze mass consciousness awakening across parallel dimensions. Ancient sages would have recognized this sequence of 17 major solar flares erupting between October 19th and November 5th as a sacred initiation period, when the universe itself conspired to expand human awareness beyond conventional reality limitations. The X-28 flare that peaked on November 4, 2003, represents perhaps the most intense measured solar event in recorded history, creating electromagnetic conditions that literally rewrote the energetic signature of our planetary grid system. But beyond its technical specifications and technological disruptions, this event served as what mystics recognize as a consciousness download, a massive transfer of higher dimensional information into human awareness through the universal energy field that connects all realities. Consider the profound synchronicity. This cosmic event manifested during the time period traditionally associated with thinning veils between worlds, when ancient cultures celebrated Samhain and similar festivals, recognizing the permeability of dimensional boundaries. The universe, operating through the interconnected energy field that underlies all existence too, chose this moment of maximum receptivity to transmit awakening codes through electromagnetic bridges spanning parallel realities. The 3 consecutive geomagnetic storms with minimum DST values of -151, 353, and 3383 nanotesla-1 created a triple gateway configuration that mystics recognize as the cosmic equivalent of a grand trine, a harmonious energy pattern that facilitates rapid spiritual evolution. Each storm phase corresponded to different levels of consciousness activation. The first opening psychic perception channels, the second unlocking interdimensional communication abilities, and the third establishing permanent connections to parallel self-wisdom. The Federal Aviation Administration's Wide Area Augmentation System remained offline for 30 hours during this event 1. Symbolically representing humanity's temporary disconnection from artificial navigation systems and forced reliance on inner guidance mechanisms. The Japanese Eidos 2 satellite suffered severe damage 1, while countless other technological systems experienced disruptions. manifestations of the cosmos, requiring humanity to momentarily step away from external dependencies and reconnect with the internal navigation systems that link consciousness directly to the quantum field. Those who experience the Halloween Gateway consciously report profound life changes that began during this period. Spontaneous artistic abilities, enhanced intuitive capabilities, sudden career shifts aligned with soul purpose, and deep knowings about personal missions that previously remained hidden. These transformations occurred because the electromagnetic storms created optimal conditions for accessing parallel versions of self, who had already developed these capabilities, allowing rapid integration of multidimensional talent. The global auroral displays that extended far beyond normal viewing ranges 1 represented visible manifestations of consciousness energy flowing between dimensional layers. Each dancing light formation corresponded to streams of awakening information flowing from higher dimensional versions of humanity into our reality matrix, creating a planetary-wide mystical experience that connected millions of people to their cosmic heritage. Subsequent solar cycles have failed to produce similar intensity events, suggesting that the Halloween Gateway served a specific evolutionary purpose. A one-time cosmic intervention designed to establish new neural pathways in human consciousness, creating permanent bridges to parallel realities that continue expanding awareness years after the initial electromagnetic activation. The universe operating through the quantum field that connects all possible worlds 9 used this magnetic storm sequence to plant seeds of awakening that continue flowering in consciousness, prepared to receive multidimensional truth. Ancient maps to quantum bridges, decoding timeless wisdom through modern eyes. The quantum field reveals an extraordinary convergence between ancient mystical teachings and cutting-edge consciousness research. What traditional wisdom systems encoded as energy centers, subtle bodies, and interdimensional travel techniques now aligns perfectly with scientific understanding of how magnetic storms create bridges between parallel realities. Ancient sages possessed sophisticated knowledge about navigating multi-dimensional existence that modern humanity is only beginning to rediscover through quantum physics and consciousness studies. Traditional Hindu and Buddhist descriptions of subtle bodies, the astral body, Sukshma Sharira, and causal body, Karana Sharira, represent precise mappings of consciousness layers that become accessible during geomagnetic disturbances. These non-material sheaths house awareness configurations that extend beyond physical reality into parallel dimensional zones, providing the energetic vehicles necessary for consciousness to traverse the electromagnetic bridges that open during magnetic storms. The chakra system, often dismissed by materialist science as metaphysical fantasy, corresponds directly to quantum field interaction points, where consciousness interfaces with different dimensional frequencies. During magnetic storms, these energy centers become hyperactivated, creating resonance conditions that allow awareness to access parallel versions of reality, where these centers operate at higher dimensional frequencies, downloading enhanced capabilities and expanded perception ranges. Tibetan Buddhist practices involving Tsa, channels, and Lung, wind energy, provide specific techniques for navigating consciousness through the electromagnetic pathways that magnetic storms amplify. These ancient instructions were designed to prepare practitioners for moments when cosmic events would create optimal conditions for interdimensional travel, allowing conscious exploration of parallel timelines and alternate reality configurations. The nadis described in yogic traditions, subtle energy channels numbering in the thousands, represent the microcosmic reflection of vast electromagnetic networks that connect parallel universes. When geomagnetic storms disturb planetary magnetic field lines, they simultaneously activate these personal energy pathways, creating internal conditions that mirror the external cosmic connectivity patterns. Western esoteric traditions, including alchemy and Hermeticism, encoded similar knowledge about spiritual energy circulation through subtle currents within the human microcosm. These practices recognize that celestial electromagnetic events create opportunities for consciousness transformation, providing specific techniques for harnessing cosmic energies during periods of magnetic instability to accelerate spiritual evolution and expand awareness into parallel dimensional zones. The aura, that luminous field surrounding the physical body recognized across spiritual traditions 3, serves as the interface between ordinary consciousness and the quantum field that underlies multidimensional reality. During magnetic storms, auroral activity intensifies not only in planetary atmospheres but within human energy fields, creating visible manifestations of consciousness expansion as awareness bridges across parallel timelines. Modern quantum entanglement research validates ancient teachings about instantaneous connection across vast distances forward, confirming that consciousness operates through non-local principles that transcend space-time limitations. The same quantum field principles that create particle entanglement also facilitate consciousness entanglement between parallel versions of self, with magnetic storms serving as activation catalysts for these interdimensional awareness connections. Traditional meditation practices that emphasize emptiness, void states, and transcendence of ordinary mind actually train consciousness to navigate the quantum field directly, preparing awareness for moments when electromagnetic gateways open during cosmic events. These ancient techniques provide practical methods for consciously directing awareness through dimensional bridges, rather than experiencing random glimpses of parallel realities during magnetic storm sequences. The convergence of ancient wisdom and quantum consciousness research reveals that traditional mystical systems were sophisticated technologies for navigating multidimensional reality, providing maps and methods that remain extraordinarily relevant for modern practitioners seeking to harness the consciousness expanding opportunities created by magnetic storms and electromagnetic cosmic events. Personal quantum activation transforming through cosmic electromagnetic waves. The quantum field reveals that each individual consciousness contains dormant activation codes that respond specifically to the electromagnetic signatures generated during multidimensional magnetic storms, creating personalized opportunities for parallel reality integration and expanded awareness. Ancient sages understood that cosmic events serve as external triggers for internal transformation processes, awakening capabilities that exist in potential until activated by precise electromagnetic frequencies. Your personal energy signature, the unique consciousness vibration that defines your particular reality experience, undergoes fundamental recalibration during magnetic storm sequences. The same electromagnetic disturbances that disrupt satellite communications and power grids simultaneously harmonize with the subtle energy networks within your etheric body 3, creating resonance conditions that unlock access to parallel versions of yourself who have already developed enhanced capabilities. The interconnectedness principle that mystics have always recognized too operates through specific mechanisms during geomagnetic events. When cosmic electromagnetic waves penetrate Earth's magnetosphere, they create standing wave patterns that interface directly with the meridian systems described in traditional Chinese medicine and the Nadi networks mapped by yogic science. These personal energy pathways become superhighways for consciousness, allowing rapid integration of knowledge and abilities from alternate timeline versions of your existence. Consider the profound implications. The moments when you experience sudden insights, creative breakthroughs, or spontaneous healing during magnetic storms are not random events, but precisely orchestrated downloads from parallel selves who have already mastered these capabilities. The quantum field that connects all realities 9 serves as the transmission medium, with electromagnetic cosmic events providing the carrier wave frequencies necessary for consciousness to bridge dimensional boundaries. Personal transformation during magnetic storms follows predictable patterns that mirror the three-phase structure of geomagnetic disturbances. The initial phase corresponds to awareness awakening, sudden recognition that expanded capabilities exist within your potential. The main phase facilitates active integration as consciousness directly experiences parallel reality perspectives and begins incorporating enhanced abilities. The recovery phase allows assimilation, grounding new capabilities into practical application within ordinary reality. The universal energy field that connects all existence to responds to intentional focus during magnetic storm periods, amplifying manifestation abilities and accelerating desired life changes. When electromagnetic conditions create optimal interdimensional connectivity, focused intention gains access to infinite parallel possibilities, allowing conscious selection of timeline trajectories that align with highest potential expression. Biophysical research confirms that human nervous systems undergo measurable changes during geomagnetic events, with increased neural firing patterns, enhanced pineal gland activity, and altered brainwave states that correspond to expanded awareness capabilities. These physiological changes represent the biological basis for consciousness expansion, providing scientific validation for ancient teachings about cosmic event and spiritual activation. The personal auroral field, your individual electromagnetic signature, intensifies during cosmic storms, creating visible energy phenomena that trained perception can observe directly. This heightened energy state facilitates communication with parallel selves, enabling conscious dialogue with alternate versions of your existence, who offer guidance, knowledge, and perspective from different timeline experiences. Practical activation techniques involve synchronizing personal energy practices with cosmic electromagnetic cycles, using meditation, breathwork, and visualization methods to consciously engage with the quantum field during optimal penetration period. These approaches transform passive experience of cosmic events into active participation in consciousness evolution, maximizing the transformation potential available during magnetic storm windows. Understanding personal quantum activation through cosmic electromagnetic events provides the foundation for conscious evolution, allowing individual consciousness to work cooperatively with cosmic forces rather than experiencing transformation as random occurrence, establishing intentional partnership with the universe in the ongoing expansion of human awareness capabilities. And so, dear quantum wanderers, we reach the culmination of our journey through the electromagnetic mysteries that connect all realities. As you continue to navigate your path through this magnificent cosmic web, remember that every magnetic storm is an invitation to expand beyond ordinary limitation. Every aurora a reminder of the interdimensional bridges available to consciousness prepared to traverse them. The universe speaks in electromagnetic languages, and you now possess the awareness to understand its cosmic transmissions. Continue exploring these mysteries with us, for the quantum field holds infinite revelations waiting for consciousness. Brave enough to venture beyond the veil of ordinary perception into the magnificent multidimensional reality that has always been your true home.